This person can't forget you. She wakes up and you occupy her thoughts, and it's not just in the morning. At 3 a.m. when the silence is deafening, this person picks up her phone and looks at your photos. She doesn't say anything, but her gaze is intense. She misses you and can't admit it to herself. She said she wanted to move on, but that's a lie. What's happening is that this person is trapped in her own barriers. Her fear is greater than her desire, and she feels an immense confusion. At night, she distracts herself with other people, trying to fill the emptiness, but when the lights go out, it's you she thinks about. No one can get into her head like you did. While you sleep, this person wonders if you have similar thoughts. Have you felt that? The flicker of hope that arises when someone mentions your name. Yes, that feeling is real and you're not imagining it. She is lost. She says, "I'm not ready to the world," but inside she's screaming for you. She doesn't know how to separate what she feels. This person looks for you in her friends' messages, in the songs she listens to, even in the places she goes. But the truth is, behind the smile she tries to put on, there is a sea of insecurities. She just pretends that everything is fine. She pretends not to care. But of course, she does care. Meanwhile, you keep wondering if there's still a chance. You continue checking your phone, hoping for a notification that may never come. The truth is that you got hurt in this story, and even so, you're still waiting. This person feels a warmth in her chest every time she thinks of you, a tightness she can't ignore. She thinks she's making a mistake, but deep down, she knows she needs courage. Courage to break the silence that killed the connection. Courage to face the truth. All of this scares her. She's on the brink of an emotional collapse, but seems paralyzed, unable to make a decision. She pretends she's living, but her routine is a vicious cycle. The day starts and ends with thoughts of you, and when that happens, what she wishes for most is to break down the barriers she's built. But the reality is that deep down she doesn't know if you would still be part of her story, if she still desires you, and that hurts. It hurts because the fear of not being enough is much greater than the hope of being happy. In the meantime, you are feeling a mix of insecurity and hope. You're wondering if this person will ever have the courage to open her heart. The chance is slipping away and both of you know it, but pride and the pain of silence keep you apart. She did all this because she was terrified. The intensity of the connection between you two overwhelmed her, and now she's stuck in a maze of her own emotions, not knowing how to fight her way back. Meanwhile, you continue to wonder if this wait will be worth it. The truth is, you already knew that. This person can't forget you. She tries it, but she can't. In fact, she's trapped in a cycle of memories, and everything she does only makes her remember you even more. While you sleep, this person is awake, thinking about how her life would change if you were around. Every laugh she lets out is rehearsed, every smile a mask. And when the silence comes, she feels suffocated by the absence of your presence. She said she needed to move on, but that's not true. She's lost, and you were the only anchor in her life. What she really wanted was the courage to admit that you make her feel things no one else can. She misses the way you looked into her eyes. Every word you spoke touched her in a way she never expected. You're not imagining this. You noticed when she failed to hide what she felt, even when she tried to act normal. You know, that distracted look she had when you mentioned someone else. Name? The way she pressed her lips together, almost as if she were holding back something she wanted to say. You saw the signs and they were there, clear as day. This person, while trying to move on, often finds herself staring at your social media, following your life from a distance, consumed by the fear that you might be happy without her. She distracts herself with other people, but when night falls and everything calms down, it's your name that echoes in her mind. Meanwhile, you are here waiting for certainty, any sign, while she gets lost in a haze of uncertainties. The truth is that behind all the lies she told, there is a sea of unspoken feelings. She is afraid to open up. She says she is not ready, but what truly frightens her is the possibility of you both getting hurt. So she pulls away and leaves you with unanswered questions. And you? You keep waiting for a gesture, a word, anything that brings clarity. In the meantime, the reality is that your life has not stopped. You live, but hers continues to shadow you. You feel that she still thinks of you, but that doesn't change the pain of the silence that lingers between you. This person is fighting an internal war, the desire to have you close battles against the fear of taking a risk. In this struggle, she ends up paralyzed, watching life go by and her absence grow. You know she feels something more, something that was never fully explored. Every conversation, every meeting created an echo in your souls. But now she fears that this echo has turned into a lament. While you wait, this person sinks into distractions, trying to escape her own reality. But the truth is that every time she sees something that reminds her of you, her heart tightens, and she wonders, what if? What if I had done things differently? This is the pain that consumes her, and deep down she already knew you were different, that the connection, that you both had something special. But pride and fear immobilize her. Even knowing she made a mistake, the impossibility of turning back traps her. She wishes you could feel the same, but she isn't sure, and that stops her from taking action. As a result, time passes, hours turn into days, and this person continues living a routine where you are a constant absence. Meanwhile, you feel more distant each day, left without answers and uncertain about what could have been. Deep down, if she stops and thinks, she already knew all of this. This person is trying to forget you, but the truth is, she can't. She has spent hours looking for ways to distract herself, going out, laughing, drinking. But when night falls, she finds herself alone, and the loneliness screams her name. She wonders if you still think about her, and the answer is yes, every time she closes her eyes. She said she needed space, but that was a lie. What she really needed was the courage to face her feelings. She feels a deep fear of opening up, of showing who she really is, and of you realizing that she is more vulnerable than she would like to admit. While you sleep, this person is looking at your photos, losing track of time. She opens your chat, types something, deletes everything, and remains silent. You felt that, right? The pressure of silence between you, the weight of unspoken words. And you know this because every time she breathes, you're there in her thoughts, in her memories. This person tries to move on, but she gets stuck on what you had. She connects with others but feels it's all a facade. No one compares to you. That laughter she thought she could replace yours with, that will never happen, you're not imagining it. The truth is that this kind of connection is rare, and she knows that, and this denial consumes her. She pretends everything is fine, but her heart aches in those little reminders that pop up in everyday life. Every song that plays, every place they visit, reminds her of you. She wonders if you still hold on to any hope, or if you've already moved on while she remains trapped in her own fears. She tries to act like she doesn't care, but the truth is that she does. She can't forget you. And even though she seeks out other distractions, each one is a reminder of what you both had. This makes her feel more alone than ever. Meanwhile, you're there, thinking about what happened, about the lack of answers, about the feeling of being adrift. You're waiting for something, a message, an explanation, a fight, or even a reconciliation. And you can be sure that she is waiting too, waiting for something to happen, to justify the vulnerability that both of you feel. She would like to confess all of this, but fear paralyzes her. The fear of losing you for good. The fear that you may have already given up and moved on. You may have noticed that she tries to act like she's okay, but the truth is that she hides a deep pain. And even without wanting to, you've noticed it. You both know that time is passing, and with every minute that goes by, the chances of resolving anything decrease. These feelings have not just been fleeting for her, and the pain of not knowing how to communicate this consumes her. So here's the brutal truth. This person loves you but doesn't know how to handle it. She's caught between the desire to have you and the fear of losing you. And in that silence, you both are drifting further apart. This person can't stop thinking about you. Every moment while she tries to move on with her life, your image appears in her mind. Whether at work, having breakfast, or commuting, you are there, a constant thought. This person wakes up in the middle of the night, unable to sleep, and reaches for her phone. She opens your messages, photos, but she doesn't send messages. She just watches as if each view could patch up the silence between you two. She said she needed space. That's a lie. What she really needs is courage. Courage to admit that you made her feel things she's never felt before, that you broke through the barriers she built. You saw what no one else could see, and that scares her. In the first few days after everything fell apart, she thought about you constantly. Every conversation, every laugh, it's all there in her memories. What you shared with that person is not something that's easily forgotten. You stirred up an emotional whirlwind she wasn't ready to handle. You weren't just skimming the surface. You dove deep and your words held real meaning. Meanwhile, she's trying to move on. She goes out with other people, laughs, distracts herself, but she comes home and the silence is deafening. The emptiness echoes your name. She tries to fill her mind with obligations, workouts, anything. But the truth is, nothing fills the space you once occupied. She gets involved with other people, but it's never the same. That partner who flirted with her at the bar, they don't make her heart race like you did. The one who talked to her at work lacks the depth of your connection. And deep down, she knows there's no substitute. You left marks, phrases she repeats aloud when she thinks she's alone. Images of you flash through her mind at random moments. The way you smiled, the way you looked into her eyes. The comfort you shared together is something she's never found again. She's stuck in an endless cycle. She wakes up, faces her routine, tries to distract herself, comes home, and at night, when everything quiets down, the thoughts about you come rushing back. It's like a paralyzing mantra. She's tried to escape this, but the more she tries, the stronger her desire to be with you becomes. Have you ever felt this way? You know when the silence becomes palpable and her absence weighs heavily? It's because she's stuck in an emotional loop. In her mind, she's already imagining moments that never happened. You knocking on her door, sharing a dinner, exchanging glances that say more than 1,000 words. But in reality, nothing takes place. And just when courage should step in, fear takes over. Because this person is afraid. Afraid of not being enough, afraid that you've moved on. Afraid that if she tries again, she might lose the chance for good. So, she withdraws. She prefers to keep her distance, even if it causes her pain. What she hides is a truth that screams, she's never been able to forget you. And you know this because you've noticed the signs. You've seen the way she hesitates when she talks about you, the faraway look in her eyes when she hears a song that reminds her of you. No, you're not imagining it. Meanwhile, you're living your life, but there's a hole in your routine. You wonder if she still thinks about you, if she feels anything. The messages that could be sent are left unsent, the doubts, the what-ifs, and at the same time you find yourself caught in this cycle of waiting. The pain comes and goes, but it never really disappears. And the brutal truth is that even with all this distance, this person still cares. She knows you were different, you challenged her normal, and that's terrifying. She feels lost, trapped in a sea of uncertainties, wishing for a way out that she doesn't know how to find. You could be the answer to her questions. All the moments you shared should have a resolution, but instead, nothing happens. While she remains uncertain, you drift aimlessly, unsure whether to wait or to move on. The truth is that you both already know. She misses you and you miss her too, but you're both so caught up in the cycle of not knowing how to move that you remain stuck, entangled in your own indecisions. And deep down, while everyone is living their lives, the reality is that this person will keep thinking about you. They won't be able to break free from that. And you already knew this.